Welcome back, everybody. It is me, Cyrus. Today we're going to be looking at more MSU-1 games for the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom. These are enhanced versions of classic Super Nintendo games, but with like some additional CD level music, and some of them even have full motion video, like stuff like that added on. And some other enhancements, some other extra little things as well. It's pretty interesting stuff. First video I did on this was actually pretty cool. Got a pretty good reaction from several people. I wanted to kind of show you some of the comments. Demonology was saying 16-bit is a big deal, still is to this day. It was the biggest leap as far as technological graphics and sound goes, because before 16-bit came out, it was almost the same. Every game console appeared to be 4-bit systems. Except for the regular Nintendo. That was a different beast. Yeah, he's, it's a pretty impressive thing to see this stuff happen like this. DJ C604 says, currently playing Chrono Trigger plus ROM hack with the PS1 cutscenes and a custom playlist of the remastered orchestral original soundtrack. Might be blasphemy to some, but it's a great way to re-experience the game after beating the original. Yeah, that's the thing, is this doesn't have to replace your classic Super Nintendo, Super Famicom games. This is just a really cool new way to play these games and experience them in a very unique way that you haven't seen or heard before. Judgment was also happy about this. You're actually playing on an older build of my Link to the Past. I updated the music about 7 months ago with better choices. Yeah, so I'll have to go back and look for that. There's so many different versions of some of these, and I really appreciate Judgment coming on here and leaving that comment just to let everybody know there are better options probably out there if there's something that needs to be updated or just has another version out there. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Baz fans, hot hits, classic tunes. That's new, the classic tunes, sorry. He says, I've only played games via emulator. I have never seen the Super Nintendo CD Rom. I'm pretty sure it wasn't released in Britain. I'm pretty sure it wasn't released, Baz. This is an Elseworld multiverse type scenario. There is no Super Nintendo CD yet. Maroon says, hopefully MSU-1 will add the same amount of RAM as the Super Nintendo CD add-in. Yeah, they had released a bunch of specs for what it was supposed to be. I'm not exactly sure what the MSU-1 standard is as far as that sort of thing is concerned, but yeah, you can do some really awesome stuff. Down Phoenix says, it's so wild to think back about this time. Chances are Sony wouldn't even be in video games, at least in the same capacity they are if this thing had never come out. And that's a very good point. You know, the partnership between Nintendo and Sony, we all know what happened there, and if you don't know, you can look it up. It's a pretty interesting story. And then Roberto 1519 says, it's true that for obvious reasons the CD add-on provides high quality audio most of the time. This also meant that the meager cartridge ROM limitations and their price were surpassed with a much cheaper media. True, the player add-on were expensive, but the media wasn't. With that, we could manage bigger games, less or no assets repeated, full motion animation. Yes, Redbook audio, everything, yeah. It's a very interesting time indeed. Yeah, and like I said, I'm a huge fan of the TurboGrafx CD, Sega CD. And a Super Nintendo CD would have just been absolutely stunning. Speaking of that, let's dive in. Let's check out some more of these MSU-1 titles. I've got some more that I've added to my list, and it's time to see what they look and sound like. All right, first thing we're going to do is look at a game that I wanted to get to last time, but we just ran out of time. First up is Super Metroid. Let's check it out. Let's watch the opening. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Always do that.
The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace.
That's different. Pretty cool.
Attention. Attention. An emergency has been reported. All personnel please evacuate the Galactic Research Center immediately. This is not a drill. Attention. Attention. An emergency has been reported. All personnel please evacuate the Galactic Research Center immediately. This is not a drill. Attention. Attention. An emergency has been reported. All personnel please evacuate the Galactic Research Center immediately. This is not a drill. Attention. Attention. An emergency has been reported. All personnel please evacuate. Emergency. The self-destruct system protocol has been initiated. Please evacuate the premises immediately.
Wow, that adds so much with the voice, the extra lines of dialogue or monologue, whatever you voiceover. Oh wow, the sound effects they've incorporated into the music. That's awesome. The lightning and thunder and rain. This is badass. You know, I've never beaten Super Metroid, and I think I might want to do it with this version. This is really cool. Wow, it adds so much to the atmosphere. Oh yeah. It's like a PlayStation game or something. It's really cool. I'm not going to play too much more of this. I just kind of don't want to stop. Play until I get to the first save spot. that is absolutely fantastic. Let's check out a different game. That is amazing. Yeah, Street Fighter 2. We got to see what this is like. This Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Low, medium, high. All right, let's check it out. Music seems to have stopped. There we go. I think the music is a little too loud here. This one seems to have some issue with the mix because the music is like way overpowering the sound effects right now. Yeah, I'm not real happy with the mix on this, but there are different versions of Street Fighter, so I'll have to check those out another time. Or you can check them out and let me know if there's a better one. Let's go ahead and check out a different game since I know that, unfortunately, the mix is a little weird on this game. What about Castlevania 4? This one's got some interesting enhancements and some slight adjustments that were made. They brought in some of the stuff from the Super Famicom version, but they changed a couple of things too, which I noticed. So let me know what you think of this. They changed the spelling to Dracula, which is good, because on the Super Famicom it was misspelled.
Every 100 years, the forces of good mysteriously start to weaken. Thus, the power of Dracula starts to revive itself. His power grows stronger and stronger every 100 years. Dracula is revived many times. However, his sinister actions have been consistently thwarted by the Belmont family. It's been 100 years since the last confrontation between Dracula and the Belmont family. But now the serenity of Transylvania is being threatened by destructive forces. On a dark and eerie night, Dracula rose from his grave to unleash his destructive power over the countryside. Once again, Simon Belmont is called upon to destroy Dracula. With only his wit and courage, he sets out to restore peace to Transylvania.
Pretty cool little voiceover there. All right, let's jump in. So I'm going to stop. I highly recommend, if you're going to download these MSU-1 games, that you check this one out and try it for yourself. Go through the sound test, play the music to the game and test it there and see what you think about it. Because the music choices are very good. I think it's really cool. But I will tell you this, and I respect a lot of the additions and stuff they did, incorporating some of the Super Famicom stuff in, like the blood at the beginning and all that kind of stuff. But I will say this. The Super Famicom, Super Nintendo cartridge version of this has absolutely perfect music. So this is a game I would definitely prefer the cartridge version. And it's not to say that this music isn't higher quality. Yeah, it's CD quality, right? But it's not just nostalgias on this one. Super Castlevania 4 has some of the best music ever put in a video game. So that's just, I don't even, I guess it's my opinion, but I think there are a few people who would disagree with that. So, but still, it's cool what they did, and I'm sure there's several versions of this you could try. But yeah, it's hard to beat the cartridge. It's hard to beat the cartridge. Let's check out something else. Okay, I know this one's going to kill me in the copyright stuff, but I don't care. I don't care. We're going to check out Super Star Wars, because I haven't seen this or heard this yet, so let's check it out together. Oh yeah. I'm very happy so far. I think that's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and check out something else. Star Fox. This one's pretty cool. They enhanced this with a speed up to the FX chip, but also there's CD music and even some full motion video.
Internal power to enable.
Enabled.
External power to disable.
Disabled.
Primary weapons to enable.
Enabled.
Secondary weapons to enable and prime.
Primed.
Astrogation systems to enable.
Enabled.
Life support to enable. Reflector shields to enable and prime. Targeted systems to enable. Alpha interface to enable. Laser interface to prime. Twin lasers to enable. Control bombs to prime. Dark rifles to enable.
All systems are go. Weapons primed and ready.
Pretty cool.
Good luck.
Emergency, 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 emergency. Incoming enemy fighters.
I always do that. Now, one thing I want to point out is if there was going to be a Star Fox on the Super Nintendo CD, that would mean that the Super Nintendo CD would have to have the Super FX chip built into it. Because, obviously, you know, it's just extra chip. And that would actually mean a lot. I mean, if it would have to have at least the capability of the Super FX chip to do this. What if it was more than that? What if it was the better Super FX chip that came out later, the FX2, I think it was called, or even beyond that? And then what would that have meant for the games that were released for the Super Nintendo CD? Because if you build that into the system, then it's an available technology for every game that could be on the Super Nintendo CD. You know, the Sega CD had some extra stuff built into it. It had hardware scaling and rotation and stuff. It had extra processor in there. But it didn't get used in every game. It only got used in some of the games. So I wonder if that would be the same if that was built in, or would the, you know, how would that go? What would that look like? There's something to think about. Well, it looks like the game actually locked up on me. So there's a interesting little quirk of MSU-1 stuff. Yep, game locked up. Alrighty. Well, I guess that's our cue to look at something else. Hacks, you know, they're hacks. They have their problems. Well, let's check out some Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. Let's see what all they did for this. That's pretty cool. Cowabunga!
Big Apple, 3 a.m.
Ooh, nice. Nice voice sample there.
Ooh.
Oh, Delta. Pizza time.
Oh yeah.
Pretty awesome. Pretty good.
Alley Cat Blue.
Almost a couple little glitches here and there, but it's pretty cool. Well, I gotta say, it's pretty awesome. But again, I think the Ninja Turtle games on both the Super Nintendo and the Genesis both have excellent music, and I don't think it's really necessary to have CD music. It's nice. I'm not saying it's not. It's really cool. But you know, the originals are also fantastic, and for nostalgic reasons probably, but I definitely would prefer the cartridges on these, I think. But let's put this to the test. Let's test a game for the Super Nintendo that has amazing music. Amazing music. Some of the best music ever put out on any game console, regardless of what you're talking about, but especially the Super Nintendo. I mean, it's just amazing music. It's legendary music. But let's see what it would be like with CD music. This was actually released on PlayStation and some other things, and I think it might actually have some enhanced music on those versions. But let's see what it's like here. And what game am I talking about? Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VI. Or 3 in the United States, but 6. So we're gonna at least watch the opening credit scene because it's just so great. And I just got to see what it's like with this music on there. We might play a little bit past that, but I definitely have to see that and hear that. It's Wedge. It's so funny. I can sit here and play this all day. Let's do one more and we'll wrap this up. ActRaiser. Wrong button. That's interesting. I mean, the music choices are interesting. It's a little bit overpowering on the sound effects like that other one was. But I think, again, this is another one of those games on Super Nintendo that just has absolutely fantastic music on the cartridge. So I actually wouldn't want to replace it. But it's pretty cool that, you know, it's a good option. It's pretty awesome. This is what it might have been like for a Super Nintendo CD version. Well, I hope you enjoyed looking at some of these games. Some of them work better than others, but all of it I think is really fascinating. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about the different choices they made. If there's better versions of some of these MSU-1 hacks out there, let me know. Just let me know your thoughts. I definitely appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much for watching this, for hanging out, and for your support and your comments. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.